You're listening
to Pod Radio.
.co.
Zeta.
Hey yo, what's up parties? We're back at it with your boy again, Mugomo Momoti, aka MK from grade 12 E2, bringing in with a hot, fresh, but a controversial topic, the positive and negative influence on peer pressure. And co-hosting me are the beautiful Naledi, Jordan, Amber, and Emitle, and the man himself, CWR, Zakia Bota. And joining us today will be our school counselor, which will be giving us tips and ideas on how to combat peer pressure in our adolescence. Hope you guys enjoy.
Peer pressure deals with the good side and the bad side. But for me, I've mostly dealt with good peer pressure. I've noticed in situations where I'll be feeling tired or lazy, my friends would be there to motivate me to do what I have to do. I also believe that I've tried my best as well to become that good peer pressure to my friends. However, if there's a good side, there is always a bad side. And although I haven't mostly experienced bad peer pressure, I've seen it happen to a family member of mine. And it isn't a really good sight to see, because that person will literally try to be someone they're not just so they can make their friends happy. And it's really sad, because they could be such a great person and have such a great future, but due to making their friends happy, they just become somebody else. I think the one way to avoid bad peer pressure is to make sure the peers that you have around you have the same mindset as you, and they've set a good future for themselves and they're working hard towards it. And they should always be an emotional support for you, and so should you be an emotional support for them.
My experience with peer pressure has been both negative and positive. Negative experience would be that at some point I had made friends with people, and when we started off as friends, we were all the same. Primary kids that just got to high school, very innocent. And then my friends started drinking and they started smoking as well. And there would be a lot of pressure as, no, Naledi, come with. You're going to just sit here alone if you don't come around the corner and you smoke with us. So that was the negative peer pressure that I've gotten. And I never really felt a need to succumb to their pressure, because I knew what my values were and I didn't have any interest in doing what they were doing. And positive peer pressure would be when my friend would basically just tell me not to give up. I would get very discouraged with my schoolwork and feel like there's no point in trying so hard. And my friend would always tell me that I should try harder and not give up. Those are the two experiences.
Hi, you're listening to Amber Isaacs, and my experience with peer pressure started off with a rocky start. During my first year of high school, I made a group of friends, which was great. I didn't notice then that they were always getting me into trouble and keeping me out of my schoolwork until my first term results came, which was not the greatest. I then decided to keep my distance, and it was not easy because I wanted to be part of a group and not be alone. But since then, my marks improved. And as the year progressed, I made a new group of friends, and they were the most accepting, understanding, and positive people I could come across. They were all about growth and motivation on and off field, in and out of class. So, mix and surround yourself with the correct crowd. Thank you.
Yo, Zakir Bota, also known as Mr. CWR. Well, my experiences with negative peer pressure and positive peer pressure, I'll start with the bad first. It's always better to end on a good note, but the challenge that I faced with negative peer pressure, it's something that has been a problem for many of us. We always try fitting in with the right group as we feel is the right group to fit in, or we try and impress them to fit in, and it shouldn't be like that. Everyone should accept you for who you are as a person yourself. You develop yourself and you just get that mindset about yourself, that who you are and what you want. Now, bad peer pressure has a tendency, or people that gives a peer pressure, there's a tendency to give you the wrong impression about life and who you are, and that's a no-go. I've experienced that many a times where I tried fitting in with a group of friends and it just did not work out. Simply, straightforward, it just didn't work out, and in the end it didn't benefit me later on, because later on you see you're still stuck in the same spot you were before. And with good peer pressure, well, that's where the better part, the best part comes in, because there you have people around you that want you to do better and not fall into the same mistake again, or repeat that same mistake. They're there to support you and all of that. And what I think is important for positive peer pressure, it's good for your mind mentally, and it's good for you physically as well, because you can be yourself later on. You can be yourself in the moment as well, where you see who's actually there to support you and who's not, and who just wants it out for you to fail and do worse and do worse. That's bad peer pressure. They want you to get stuck into the same spot where they are. Good peer pressure, it's a whole different thing. You're always willing to go to the next level. You have friends that set the standard, and you just want to get to that standard and go higher and above. That's what good peer pressure is. It gives you the go every day to accomplish something greater and better. And for me, the good peer pressure got the best of me. I'd say it got the best of me, because each and every day that I live and that I go, each day that goes past, I just want to be a better me.
Hi guys, Jordan here. So, when I went to a party, my friends wanted me to do drinking, which I don't, and smoking and those things, and basically that was my one time away. Well, not one time, but that was where bad peer pressure was upon me, because it's like they forced me and they wanted me to do those things, get it? And yeah, that was the one time, well, not the one time, that was the times when it was bad peer pressure. And then good peer pressure was when they always told me to do the right thing in terms of schoolwork maybe, or there was this one time where I didn't want to do my assignment. At the time I think I was grade 10, and I don't know what assignment it was, and then they told me, you must do the assignment because it required a lot of work and at the same time it was a lot of marks. So yeah, those were the two times when I had peer pressure, which was bad and good. So yeah.
Succumbing to peer pressure is from feeling anxiety and being lost, being anxious and being confused in today's world. As generalized by the media, society paints peer pressure as a negative thing to go through while going through adolescence. I'm here to talk about the good and bad about going through peer pressure. Now, starting with the good, the positive. It can bring a sense of belonging and support to a person and can serve as an introduction to positive hobbies and interests. And with that, you can use it to attract the kind of people you want to grow up around and can help you realize your dreams and your goals for the near future. Now, a bad thing about peer pressure is that it can be used to introduce an individual to drugs, alcohol, and cigarettes. And with the abuse of these substances can lead to depression and overall more anxiety than what you're currently feeling now. And it can be used as a distraction from schoolwork, and you will lose interest in school, and you will want to do what's cool in the eyes of society, quote unquote, in the eyes of society. It's important to remember that peer pressure and peer influence is a normal part of adolescence. Every single human being has gone through it. And this helps those who does not know where to fit in life, to where to fit in society. And this helps with those who does not have a sense of discipline and have a lack of structure at home.
Good day there. My name is Mr. Bonner, and I am the Student Register Counsellor at Bellville Technical High School. Regarding the topic of peer pressure, this is when an individual feels as though they need to act in a certain way in order to be accepted or liked into a particular group. I think that it's important to understand that it's a normal part of life, especially for adolescents. However, we need to contrast it with both negative pressures and positive pressures, as peer pressure can push a person out of their comfort zone and give them the opportunity to try and discover new things, such as playing a sport you thought you didn't like, or trying a new food you thought was unappealing and did not taste nice. We also need to understand the negative aspects of peer pressure, such as using drugs, alcohol, stealing, engaging in sexual activity, or any dangerous behavior that can negatively impact your life. Positive peer pressure can lead to healthy habits such as exercising, eating correctly, and feeling accepted within that group. That is encouraging those positive habits. It's important to align yourself with the correct people and create a culture that doesn't accept these pressures of smoking, drinking alcohol, engaging in sexual behaviors, or any dangerous activity. Instead, create a culture where encouraging and accepting behaviors such as doing your homework, eating healthily, having fun with your friends in a safe environment, and being caring of your peers. These are some tips in avoiding negative peer pressure. Assert yourself. Learning to say no in a calm manner to something that doesn't feel right to you is very important. Don't be afraid to get out of the situation. Find another friend that you can speak to or hang out with. Choose your friends carefully. Listen to yourself. If it doesn't feel right, trust it. And don't do it. Your gut is very important in these situations. Give yourself positive pressure instead of going to that party where there will be drugs and alcohol. Perhaps go to a friend and watch a movie and play games instead. Lastly, ask for help from a teacher, a parent, or counselor, someone whom you trust and can help. Thank you for listening.
And that's a wrap for our 4th lockdown podcast, guys. Be safe and remember to stay up to date with your schoolwork. Tune in again next week. Bye.